Hey Fitheads, today we talk with Leah Purcell of Complete Burn, which she invented. It's a fitness training program. She's an interval expert.
We actually took the class. It was awesome. It was
Mm-hmm.
brutal. It almost killed us.
In
She
a good
talks
way.
about, yeah, in the best possible way. That was one of the things I really liked that she mentioned, actually, was that she was like, if you can talk after your high intensity interval, you weren't going
Yeah.
intensely high enough.
Yeah, it was awesome to hear the insights on like how to interval from somebody who knows.
Yeah, we got the ins and outs of intervals.
Welcome to Total Fitheads.
Serious fitness for not so serious people.
Welcome, Leah. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be here, guys.
So, Leah, we've definitely worked with her in the past. We were just talking about how it was it 2016 when we
I think that's right around there, 2016-ish, because that's when I opened the studio to the public after I'd done the 8-week trial of the program. And I think you guys came in after the trial.
Yeah, so she has this program, Complete Burn, and she kicked our butts. And that studio was huge. Now I'm just thinking back,
Yeah.
like you have had a giant warehouse. Do you still have that space? Like I know things have changed.
Yeah, no, lots has changed since 2016. Obviously, the pandemic, but I have not been in that space for a couple years now. I transitioned more into corporate wellness and private training. And those were just boot camps. I was just renting out that room from that studio. It was like a dance studio space in LA.
Mhm.
And I was using the facility to kind of host my 8-week trial of the program. And then it went well that people were like, we want to keep going. So then I just opened it up to the public, put the classes on ClassPass, Mind Body, and started to get a following. You guys were there for one of those classes. And after I'd had enough of that, it was just a lot. I was the only instructor there. So I was doing all the classes. And I started to transition into corporate wellness and private training, and then did the app that summer. So I was like, okay, transitioning to more virtual side of things. That was back in 2016.
Yeah, which is crazy because everyone listening now is like, oh yeah, a fitness app, of course. But like back then, no one was doing workouts online. No one was making phone fitness, and you were ahead of the game.
I was. Little did I know this is where our entire business would be. You know, the whole fitness world has gone virtual for this year for obvious reasons. Not the best plan, but it's working. People have pivoted very quickly in this time.
So did you see a lot of people start picking up your app whenever that change happened? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, March literally 13th happened and I was like, ooh, I have an app, you guys. So like, and all of a sudden like all these downloads happened because I just started plugging it again. Like, oh yeah, Leah has an app. That's right. But I'm not the beach body. I don't have that kind of pull. I don't have these giant, the money behind me to advertise, but I got it out word of mouth. And because I was ahead of the curve, like in 2016, already launched it, I was kind of already out there with a small base of, followers. So I just put out a Facebook ad in March again and just tried to get it out on social media, and all the studios that shut down, all those clients downloaded my app.
Oh, nice.
So that was helpful.
Yeah. Thank goodness you're not Beachbody. Is it like Max rolls?
Not Beachbody. I'm not one of the other big apps out there like Daily Burn. There's some other, I don't know what some of the other apps are that are out there.
My buddy has one called Fitbod. Fitbod.
Okay.
And that's it. I don't think he uses it. I think the only enjoyment anyone gets out of it is saying, ooh, Fitbod. Which is significant, which is a lot of,
it's worth it.
It's totally worth it.
Worth it for a monthly fee.
Oh my gosh, you'll get a Fitbod, yeah.
So, I mean, I know what our training was like when we took that one class with you. How is that different from what you have in the app? What are your different classes like, programming?
Yeah, so I have that actual workout, I think, on the app, a very similar one, and it's called the EMOM. It is the on-the-minute challenge. It is the burpees with the 12 reps. Yeah, that freaking workout is on the app.
The death workout.
So I have one program that's called Complete Burn. It's kind of my original program with my kind of core workouts that everyone was like, oh, these are insane. And then from there, I put 4 more programs on the app. So I have a total body weight, no equipment necessary, which is very HIIT training. I have a garage and grind, which is purely weight training program. And then I just added a family program for kids, because when schools shut down and all sports shut down, I was like, we got to keep these kids moving. So I used my son, and we did another 12, like 8 to 12 classes on that, of just athletic conditioning, a dance party class, like things to get the whole family moving.
And how
That's
much
so
does he
cool.
weigh?
Yoga. What?
How much does he weigh?
He can bench press me.
Oh no, I meant the other way around. I thought you were just like, here we go, hip 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 hip.
No, he's 11. He's getting some
He's a big
muscle. He's gonna be
boy.
12. Yeah, he's a baseball player, so he's an athlete for sure.
And your co-star, you
Um,
made him go on camera?
Yeah, he's demoing the moves, and he dies. It's hilarious. Like, in the first 2 workouts, he's like, "Oh, Mom, what the heck just happened?" I was like, "Oh, you got this, buddy."
That's
So
awesome.
doing those, yes, my workouts are still intense. The theme is intense, and people have been asking me, Leah, can you please put like a basic program on the app? And then what I'm
Can you be
recording,
more
filming,
basic?
Can you chill?
Can you just chill out a little bit for people who can't like do burpees? So I'm probably going to put a back to basics program on, and I'm doing an active agers for baby boomers, for senior citizens right now as we speak. I'm filming that with my mom as the demo.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, so I got to
Right.
appeal to the masses, right? Not everyone are workout beasts like you guys, and my workouts,
So
I
basically,
think,
all of
intimidate.
your friends and family, you're just picking them off one by one,
Yep.
and eventually they'll all be in a video or on the app
Yep.
or whatever. Yeah, that's smart.
Dog workouts next.
Exactly. I got 2 dogs. That's a good idea. Yeah, you know, when your budget is strapped, and obviously there's a pandemic, I can't be casting and hiring
Mhm.
demo people right now. Just do it in my garage with my family.
At this point, no one can afford Jake Dupree.
Jake Dupree. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys, he was one of my instructors. He's on my app, and now he's boylesking all over the place.
Love it. Yeah, we met him through you. Oh, he's still in your app
Yeah.
as an
Yeah,
instructor? That's so cool.
You can still find Jake Dupree in my app.
I love it.
So how did you decide what equipment to use and what not to use?
That was my question.
When we
When I
took
was
your
programming.
class, we had a lot of cool stuff. What was that, like, bubble
a
thing
ball
we
with a
had?
handle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too.
God, I don't even have those anymore. Yeah, I had the Spry Xer balls, they were called. So it was like a kettlebell and an exercise slam ball kind of
Yeah.
combined. I haven't seen that around much lately these days, and I don't use it anymore, honestly. I think I gave them all away to people. But I had that. I had the resistance bands, which obviously people use and are great at-home tools. And then I had that flat Bosu ball thing called the Step
Yeah.
360. Remember that?
Yeah.
I just have a classic Bosu now in my garage. I don't even use the Step anymore.
Basic.
But I think I was just, honestly, we were getting sponsorship. They were willing to give free stuff, and I said, great, I'll take it. That's how we got Spry involved.
Whatever it is, I'll make
Great
a
stuff.
workout on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, give me that. Let's make it work. Yeah.
I feel like that's true though. Like, now I see people working out with sledgehammers, you know.
Yeah.
And
Sponsored by Home Depot.
what's a kettlebell? It's just a rock, you know.
Yeah.
It's a giant stone with a handle on it.
Mhm.
Did we just
Yeah.
break the fitness equipment industry?
No, it's good. It's all about functional training. It's like, what do you use around the house, right? Suitcase squats are called suitcase squats because you're picking up, right? Like a suitcase.
Yeah.
So use a suitcase.
All right.
You know, goblet, get that.
I carry
huge
my
goblet
suitcase over
full-
my head, you know, obviously.
So you can suitcase
For the
press.
airport.
It's faster through security.
Yeah.
So your garage workout, then you try and keep it light, or is it, or have you found that people are like getting dumbbells at this point?
Well, in the beginning of the pandemic, I don't know if you guys know that Amazon was like back ordered. You couldn't get anything home equipment wise. It was like sold out of stock for
It's
months.
still kind of like that.
I know. So it's so annoying. So I really try to queue with like water bottles, soup cans. I tell people to like pick up these. Like a lot of people had these in the beginning of pandemic for some reason, like gallon jugs of cleaning supplies or water bottles. I was like, pick up those and do a bicep curl with that. But I think now people are finding like, oh, my kettlebell came from 6 months ago.
Right.
Great. Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah.
And so the gym, that all this that you have right now, was that from before the pandemic? You had this built out?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was doing private clients out of this gym before pandemic, and it's my own gym for my own personal use too. But it's now become my virtual studio. I teach 15 classes out of here a week.
Wow.
Myself demoing. It's Yeah, it's gnarly.
So you're showing people how to do it. You're doing 15 workouts a week.
Yeah, it almost killed me at the beginning of the pandemic. So I'm not kidding, because I had like 1 or 2 corporate accounts, and then pandemic happened and I was the only instructor that kind of had this set up. So they're like, here, Leah, take 20 accounts. It's all Zoom platform. Good luck. Your setting is amazing. Yes. So they dumped a bunch of accounts on my lap, which I was grateful to have, obviously. But at the time when Zoom was kind of all new for companies, people didn't want to show where they were working out, like at home in their kitchens, like with their CEOs watching. So it was just me killing myself in the garage, hoping people were following along. Who knows? I just saw a bunch of avatars.
Squares.
Yeah, the little faces. I'm like, oh my God. So there was a big learning curve for me in the beginning, because if I was to demo every move full out, workout full out, I was going to die. So if it wasn't COVID, it was going to be me working out that was going to get me. So I had to figure out at least one person, please share your camera with me so I can use you as kind of my demo, because I cannot be doing the entire workout with you guys, in real time.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So then you got people to at least volunteer. Did more people start showing themselves and get used to it?
Yeah.
Like comfortable?
Some companies still didn't. I have some great accounts that everyone will show, and I say, it's more fun and interactive. You guys can all show your screens, and then we can make it like a group class. And so that was really challenging in the beginning, but people have come around now. They show themselves a little more eagerly now, but it was tough.
I mean, it's more common. I feel like it's gonna keep shifting that direction. Actually, I don't know. What do you think? Like, is this the future of the fitness industry, or do you think that people are just gonna be starved to get back together?
I think there's going to be those that are starved for the in-person connection, that want that group feel. But I think if you were like the typical box gym goer, like, oh, I go to Equinox and work out, I think those people are going to transition more to home-based, like the mirror that's coming out. Everyone's getting the Peloton. Like, everything has now an app attached with classes galore. So I just don't know if people are going to return to a box gym like ever again. I don't know. But I think boutique fitness studios will stay alive.
Yeah, because that is more like a personality-based kind of thing versus.
It's
I don't know though,
community.
because if you're going to the big box gym for a leg curl machine, I guess I'll have to purchase a leg curl machine.
Yeah,
Who did we
there's
have
so many
on
other
that had one?
exercises.
There was Brian Borsey.
He was like, I don't go crazy with my home gym, although I did just purchase a leg curl machine. We were like, what are you talking about?
That's such a specific piece of equiment.
I know.
I mean, you can do other moves for your hamstrings, but
you can do incline push-ups on it when you're done.
There you go.
So, well, what do you prefer at this point? Is it like, are you getting used to this Zoom thing and you want to stay home, or would you rather be in person with a big group, or do you like just like one-on-one?
I will say that the commute is amazing right now. So that I like, but I do miss seeing people and interacting with the in-person. So I think it would depend on the company, like what account was like, hey, we want you to come back in person. I think I would be able to pick and choose now, hopefully. Mm-hmm. I love personal training on Zoom. This I like, because I can just sit here and be like, okay, do 12 bicep curls, and I'm watching them and I'm like, yay. So it's easier. Yeah, it's a little bit of both. I guess that doesn't really answer your question, but I would pick and choose. There's certain groups I'd want to be back with in person, and then others I would prefer this.
Sure. Yeah, I remember the group of people that we took Complete Burn with were like all in, loving it. Max didn't know what we were getting into, and they were just like, 4 rounds, gimme.
They were diehard. I mean, that group still talks about that time and just how intense they were. And other outside clients, well, you guys were kind of outside clients in that moment. It was almost like a little intimidating. You're like, who is this tribe of these beasts that are like, what is happening? Yeah. I know. I miss them. So yeah, I miss that for sure.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of what you do is total body. Is that a good insertion?
That's a great assessment.
Okay.
Based in HIIT training, metabolic conditioning. Yep.
Right. And that's like every day. I mean, I feel like I would need to stop doing that at some point, or that it would be too much almost. I don't know.
No, don't do it every day.
Yeah. So how often are you programming like recovery days?
Yeah. So if you were going to do HIIT training, which falls, a lot of things fall under the category of HIIT. You guys know that, right? So HIIT could be, you could sprint on a treadmill and make it a HIIT workout, or you can lift weights and make it HIIT based. So HIIT's just the interval base. And then there's metabolic conditioning. You can run as a HIIT trainer. So I only suggest doing those 3 times a week at max. And then in between, you can do your steady state cardio days and you can do your heavy lifting days. But you don't want to do 5 days a week of HIIT training, because then there's you need at least 48 hours to recover from that.
And do you find that that steady state cardio doesn't interfere with recovering from HIIT? No.
It's actually a good thing to do on a recovery day.
Okay.
I'm not saying go for like a half marathon run, but a nice 3 mile
Okay.
or a walk or swimming. I'm not saying like go crazy.
Yeah. Do you run yourself?
Nope. Hate it. Not a runner.
My girl. That's
So
right.
boring.
Ugh,
Not a
God, it's
runner.
awful.
Can you talk about
No.
when I've mentioned HIIT to people, I think there's varying degrees of how high the high intensity is.
Mhm.
How high should our high intensity feel?
Well, you want to hit your max heart rate. So in your working interval, let's say you're doing a Tabata. You guys know what Tabatas are?
I learned it from you.
I learned it from you.
It's
So your
Tabata?
22nd should be your all-out max effort. So you want to
Right.
get your heart rate to your max heart rate zone. And knowing what that is before you walk into a HIIT workout is good to know. So let's say max your heart rate, maxes out at 185. Allie, you're at 172 or something. You need to kind of know that number so that you can look if you're wearing a heart rate monitor and know how hard you need to be pushing. The talk test is a good way if you don't really have a monitor. If you cannot talk, if you cannot get out a full sentence without, then you're good. That's how hard you should be pushing. I always tell clients, I'm like, why are you talking to me? You're not working hard
Whoa.
enough right now. So I'm like, excuse me? Like, so especially on Zoom, if like I'm training someone and I was like, okay, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're done. He's like, oh yeah, that was, I was like, no, you should not be able to have a conversation with me right now. That's how hard you should push on a HIIT interval.
Talk test. I like that. I usually
Talk
go
test.
to Pukey, but talk test is like very specific.
Well,
when
you
you're
might have gone too far. Talk test is a good
Well,
one.
no, not actual puking, just feeling pukey,
Pukey.
Yeah.
That's
That
too
maybe
high.
meant you ate a little bit too close to the workout. You have big breakfast, not good.
Okay, but the workout we did with you was 45 minutes. And like the
know,
last
sorry.
time I pushed to pukey, it
we
was
signed up for it.
yeah, right.
Don't apologize.
When I go that hard, it's like 1 Tabata and then I taste blood and that's good enough for me. Like
Oh my gosh. I know I had you guys doing 45 minutes of a EMOM.
yeah. So like I mean I guess you work up to that, right? Like how efficient should a
You're
HIIT
asking me,
workout
can I
be?
shorten that?
Yeah.
So what do you ask? Yes, you could do a 20-minute HIIT workout and that's fine.
Yeah.
So you guys are CrossFitters, right?
For a time.
Ish? Okay.
Ish, yeah.
For
I'm
a
a
time.
L1 trainer.
Okay. Hey, I see you lifting weights in that studio of yours.
Indeed.
Dang, girl. So yes, 20 minutes is all you need if you're going to maximize your HIIT training to its maximum level. Meaning if you're going to push hard, 20 minutes is all you need.
So my
we
2
did 5
Tabatas are
rounds.
not good enough. Ugh, okay.
That's fine. But to make them some good Tabatas, like don't jog in place. You got to make them intense. That's
Right.
fine.
I
You
remember
don't need
my
to do
very
45
first CrossFit class ever. They were like, this one's great. It's only 8 minutes. I was like, 8 minutes can be a long time depending on what you do. And they were like, oh, so you know. And
Yeah,
like
8
I was like,
minutes.
they were like trying to swindle me. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
well, okay, got it. I guess, depends
You
on
had
what
the
you're doing.
background. See, I got swindled because I was like running
Mhm.
half marathons being like, oh, 12-minute workouts, like this is easy, sure. And then you die.
Yeah, you die. You die.
Well, speaking of seeing you working in your studio, on your Instagram, you're talking about doing more strength workouts for yourself. Is that, can you tell me more about that?
Did I say that? Yeah, no, it's true. It's
You
my,
just
it
did.
sounds weird. I know. No, I am because of, I think overtraining, you guys, I have to be real about this. And I hope people that watch this you can definitely overtrain and lose muscle mass, right? So teaching as many circuit training classes as I was doing, all the HIIT I was teaching, all the metabolic conditioning, I was like losing a little bit of weight at the beginning of pandemic. And I was like, I need to get my strength up. Joints were hurting. So this is real, you guys. Don't do too many HIIT workouts. Joints were not feeling right. Things were aching that weren't aching. Now, granted, I'm 40, almost 42 years old. So I was like, I need to get my strength training back up, because that's the stuff that keeps you mobile, moving, joint safe,
Young, living
and
forever.
it's important. It's posture. Yeah, it's the key to life is strength training.
Oh, clipping that one.
Life.
Heck yeah.
Key to life, baby. Core strength. It's all about strength. So, I mean, yes, you need to stretch, of course stretch, but to overdo HIIT training can be bad. To overdo CrossFit can be bad on your joints. I mean, how many people have you heard get injured in CrossFit? Not that I know you have a lot of CrossFitters on here, sorry, but just be careful.
I find that every single person that does CrossFit either got hurt or will get hurt within a month. And that's just how it is. It's no big deal.
Yeah. My first CrossFit injury was, you're right. Oh yeah, don't worry about, we badmouth all walks of life on this.
We're equal.
We were making fun of French ballet in the last episode.
That's my background. I'm a dancer, so I
did want to ask about that, because you look like, well, and also you're like super flexible. You just look like you have some sort of like foundation in dance.
Is the bun head that gives it away? It's the bun head. Yeah, so that's my background, is dancing.
Oh, very cool.
Dancer.
And then how did you move into the fitness space?
So I was a Broadway dancer and then started teaching Pure Barre, right? That was like the next progression, like, oh, bar fitness, that I can vibe with that. That makes sense. And then I think I tapped that out. I was like, okay, I got everything I could get out of bar fitness for my body. Ooh, what's this HIIT training stuff? This looks fun, because dancers, we're crazy, right? We push ourselves, like, if no pain, no gain. So we're all about pushing past pain. Yeah. You guys, you're a dancer. Max, I think your girlfriend's a dancer. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys understand the dance world for sure. And dancers will push through whatever.
And look like they're having a good time doing it.
Yes. And fake it. Like, this is so easy.
Yeah.
So that was why I loved HIIT. And then from HIIT, then I found, okay, let's see if we can add some weights in here. Like, it doesn't need to be body weight HIIT. I can't do Tabatas my whole life. I'll die. Mm-hmm. So then, let's add weight training. Let's do some circuits. Let's metabolic condition. So and I think being a choreographer, so I have a choreography background too, helps me to program, because I know how things kind of combo together, if that makes sense. So when I'm thinking of programming, I'm like, I'm going to either superset a muscle group, right, to burn out maximum efficiency. I'm going to use light dumbbells and then actually do like a light dumbbell sumo squat into a sumo jump squat. Ooh, that's extra burn right there. Or I'm going to split the body up, like a split day. I'm going to do an upper body circuit and then a lower body circuit, and then end with conditioning. So I think my choreography background helps me like put together how I program, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
for sure.
Do you find that like it gets too complex because you're doing that and people have trouble picking up on your workouts?
No, I don't think so. People always say that my workouts are super clear and efficient and effective. So I'm like, okay, cool. So, because I won't do all that. I won't be like supersetting and split, and it will be very clear. Like, okay, today we're going to do upper body, and it's going to be these 3 moves. So I think I'm pretty clear with how I...
Sounds like your workouts have a good instructor. Do you find that if you tell people what they're going to do, or like you don't want to tell people what you're doing today, or you just... Do you know what I mean? As an instructor, as a coach, instructor, whatever, do you want to tell people, or do you say like, all right, let's go. This is your first thing. And then this is your second thing. And at the end, they're like, man, my shoulders are shredded right now. And you're like, yes, that was.
So I think I got a notorious reputation very early on of, they called me back of the board, Leah. So you'd see some of the workout on the board or on the CrossFit wall, right? And there'd be a always a surprise finisher with me. So they're like, what's on the back of the board? And they know that there's something else I didn't show them. So that's my go-to always. Yeah. So we show a little bit, not everything. If you show too much, then Allie, it's overwhelming. You're like, this is too much information. I'm out. You just show them little sprinkles.
Or if you know what the workout is before going in, you can like cherry pick and like, oh, maybe today's a rest day. I'll go tomorrow. And then you
want to entice them.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great workout.
During the workout. I know that as an athlete, when I couldn't see the whole workout, I was really sort of uncomfortable because I was like, well, how do I
Yeah.
budget my energy? Or, am I going to really, floor it for the first, what if I kill myself in the first 5-6 minutes and it turns out it's a 45-minute workout?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess what I sort of came up with was it's just sort of trust in your teacher or your coach or whatever. And they need to know, like, he's still going. We could probably tack on another 20 minutes or blown it out. Like, that's it. Call it a day. You're done. Is that something easy for you, or is that harder? Is that easier with a single person versus a class, or how do you manage that?
Well, yeah, because it's funny, every client is different. So I like that you just said that. There are definitely those people that need to know. They'll walk up to me like, what's the workout I need to know? Like, I need to for my anxiety level, or I'm freaking. I'm like, okay. So I will like kind of manage and balance that because I don't want to give all the info. I don't want the person who thinks they need to scale back because they need to trust. It's all about trusting your instructor. If your instructor's good, they got your back. I will always give modifications. I will always give the tap out version. If they're like, I need to rest, you gotta listen to your body. Like, I don't want you guys pushing so hard that you can't do the whole workout. So I think I have found that people love coming to me, not to like, toot my own like, yay, I'm amazing, but because I give modifications and because I don't tell them everything and I gauge the room. So if I feel like they're up for the finisher challenge, then heck yeah, I'm going to give them the finisher. But it's all about reading the room or reading the client in that moment. It's like maybe it's an instructor skill. I don't know. I just find you got to read the people in that moment. So it can change on a dime, right? Like you can add another round of burpees if you're like, they look like they're not dead yet. Or if they look dead, we're going to stretch and end with a plank. So like you have to be very like flexible in that moment, I think, to switch up.
So be honest now. How many times do you add another set of burpees? 75, 90% of the time? Or
it depends again on the client. Like I have okay, you guys, right? Millennials that are young and fit. Yes, you're going to get burpees at the end or something crazy at the end. Yeah. You guys work out. If you're not a workout person, and I'm going to the law firm in downtown LA with a bunch of 40 ups, then no, I'm not going to make them do burpees at the end. So I have such a broad range of clients right now. It's hard for me to answer that question. But for you guys, yes, you're getting the burpees.
Excellent. Max, did they ever do that to you in like when you're doing wrestling training where they'd be like, okay, 10 more and that's it? And then when you do those all out and then you're like, okay, I went to Pukey, but then they add another 10 after that because they lied?
All the time. They would lie to us all the time. And it was a double-edged sword because on the one hand, you appreciate, like, you don't really know, maybe something's going to go into overtime, or maybe, there are extenuating circumstances where you do need extra work or whatever. But I always thought it was dumb because I'm like, I pretty much know how this is going to go. I know if I need to expend myself for how long or whatever. They'd always do that thing where they're like 5, 4, 3, 2.
Mm-hmm.
Jake did that to us.
And I'm like, stop it,
Jake
dude.
Dupree right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I get both ways, but in fitness stuff, I always felt like it was stupid because definitely in wrestling, I can only imagine in dance, if you try to stop early, our coaches were like, what do you mean you're going to stop early? You might as well just die on the spot, And Brittany was telling me that dance was just like that, whereas, if you don't have it absolutely perfect every single time, every possible way, they'll slap you with a yardstick or whatever.
Yikes.
Not the easiest way.
Yeah.
So when you're doing those tons of workouts, well, now that you've started doing more building, muscle building and stuff, I'm assuming you're just like drinking gainer shakes all the time now in COVID.
I've actually started drinking electrolytes, you guys, because I didn't realize how much sweat I was losing, how many electrolytes I was losing. So instead of protein or gainer shakes, I'm electrolyting the heck out of after every workout. I'm water electrolytes drink. So I had
hear all about this because I've recently started doing that too. LMNT is what I've been using. It's like 1,000 milligrams, which is like 4 Gatorades in one serving. Yeah. And I've been having
who
a
wants to
couple
drink
of those
Gatorade?
a day.
Nobody.
Right, exactly. Goodbye sponsorship.
Hello, Powerade.
Propel. Sorry, Gatorade.
Do you know like the milligrams of sodium that you're having drink wise, do you pay that close attention? I'm just curious.
I'm using those little tablets by No,
Noom.
N-O,
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Okay.
You know the little
Yeah.
they're like those little
You,
cylinders.
right? Yeah, I love Noom.
Yeah, Noom or something. Not the diet plan. That's Nom or something. But yes, I am using those, and no, I don't even look right now because I just knew that I was feeling depleted. And I was like, something isn't right. And I am not a macro follower, so I know, shame me now. I don't follow macros. I don't do keto. I don't do all these crazy diets. I just eat when I'm hungry, healthy, whole foods. But I was feeling still like I need more energy or something's happening after these workouts. Oh, I need electrolytes. So
You just sort of like
it
landed
helped.
on that, and it worked when you added that.
I didn't land on that. I had a little bit of like a vertigo episode. And I got really sick because I had this, I had a muscle spasm in my back for 4 weeks, probably from over teaching and a little bit of stress.
Yeah,
It was during the
probably.
election, wondering. So that week was crazy stressful for my body. And I held onto this spasm in my back. I took a yoga class where it completely released. So yes, I do plug yoga for recovery. Once that released, I didn't flush out all the enzymes and the toxins, and I got dizzy and I vomited. It was like the craziest. So I was like, and my doctor's like, you need to be drinking so much more water and electrolytes. And I was like, oh yeah, like I'm so dumb. I'm sweating like an athlete every day, and I'm not replenishing what I'm losing mineral wise.
So you heard it here, folks. Yoga makes you throw up and pass out.
My friend will kill me. Yeah. No, yoga is so good. Just make sure you drink lots of water after. I'm a huge advocate for yoga.
Well, I'm a huge advocate for salt. Honestly, I've gotten low sodium readings, and I've found that it does I'll have like midday nausea, and it's probably coming from that. But I don't know. Our whole industry, well, like the health industry, is scared of sodium because
I know
it's supposedly a cure for hypertension to like have low sodium diet, but I don't know. I think that there's that's probably misleading.
Yeah, I mean, if you're sweating the amount that you guys probably are, any athlete type workout, CrossFitters, I mean, you're dripping sweat. You have to replenish some of that you're losing.
I think all it really takes is one round of exactly what you're talking about. That's the exact thing has happened to me with wrestling because we worked out and we tried to not drink any water because we had to lose weight. And it takes one workout of dehydrated work, and you can't lift your arms, you can't lift your legs. You're just sort of like, well, there we go, and you're down.
Dehydration is literally rigor mortis will set in. It's bad.
And it takes one of those, and you're like, you know what? I'm good. I'm drinking water. I'm drinking salt water. I don't care. Like, I'll figure it out afterwards.
No more trash bag outfits.
Yeah. wasn't the most healthy. Another good indicator is if you start getting headaches a little bit. That's a nice like precursor to the upcoming puke. And
don't get to where I was falling down the bathroom and dry heaving. That was cute, but hey, I'm confessing a lot to you guys right now.
Working hard.
Well, I'm glad you figured it out. That's great. It's super and helpful for people listening too, myself included. I've never gotten to that point, but I feel a little less guilty about having so much salt now.
Yes, it's okay to drink your sodium.
And you intuitive eat, it sounds. Yeah.
I don't diet. I don't count macros, like I said. I don't advocate keto. Do I count what?
Meals.
No. I'm going to say pills. It's like, maybe. I don't count meals. I eat before I work out, and I eat after I work out.
So you're eating 24 times a day because you were working out 12.
Yeah. So I got gained about a honey in the beginning of the pandemic.
No, you're burning it all up. Huh. Yeah. Okay, so you're just trying to sort of stay fed throughout the day.
That's kind of, it's like survival. Like, I don't really know how to explain it any better, but I'm eating to survive right now. How horrible does that sound? But I think
sounds pretty biologically sound.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm eating to survive. I eat whole foods.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were like, yeah, I sleep for so long, and then I almost always wake up. And I'm like, well, I would hope you.
That would be fun. Don't wake up.
Do you find that you feel better eating before or after a workout, or does that mess with you at all, or no?
It depends on the workout I'm about to do. I know this is like so, all right, it's so difficult being a fitness person, but if you're going to do HIIT, anything high intensity, you definitely need to eat a little bit before, not a huge breakfast. And definitely carbohydrates are friends of athletes. Everyone's so scared of carbs these days, and it freaks me out. I eat a little bit of carbohydrates, and then I eat protein after my workout with carbohydrates again to replenish the glycogen that I just lost out of all my muscles, right?
Sure.
So little snacks before, meal-ish after. Does that answer your question? I know it's so.
Well, I think it goes
Yeah.
in different. Like my girlfriend Brittany has to eat before she works out, or she thinks she doesn't have any energy at all. If I eat before I work out, I feel like sort of nauseous during my workout, and so it's sort of a weird.
What are you eating before your workout that would cause you to be nauseous?
McDonald's.
I've tried it all. Yeah, double breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah.
I've tried something as simple as like a piece of toast. I was having big breakfast for a while. I was doing just like a shake, and anything in my stomach sort of made me sort of sick. I think it's from years of, again, this is like turning into like a wrestling heavy podcast, but like we didn't eat a lot. You had to sort of get comfortable with having nothing in your stomach. And so now even a lot of liquid, if I find it like sloshing around in my belly, like if I'm hydrating, I have to be very careful about drinking a lot of water the night before, drinking a lot of small sips over like a few hours, not just like chugging a gallon of water or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's you figure it out.
So
for
even the
yourself,
toast, yeah, even the piece of toast wasn't good for you. So then you're someone who has enough glycogen stored up in their muscles. You're good to go. You don't need to be eating before. Because I would always say like a piece of toast is like perfect, or like a handful of almonds, or like a banana, like something small. But if even that doesn't work for you, then yeah, everyone is individual in that. Do what feels best for your body, for sure.
Yeah, and the individualization has become like more clear too, because Max and I have been tracking our blood glucose, so we can see like, oh man, if we did complete burn wearing those, like you just get like a huge spike where your body just dumps all of this blood sugar to help you survive what Leah's doing to you.
Yes. Oh shoot. So I would say yes, pre-complete burn, have some carbohydrate in your body. A little bit. Yeah.
And do you do any sort of supplements? Or do you dial in any of that?
No. I know. I don't even believe in that stuff either, guys. So bad. So I will say, when I was plant-based for a while, I was having B12. That's it, period.
How was that? As far as plant-based?
I liked it. But then pandemic happened and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat meat. So I was really good. January, February, I was like hitting the plant-based, and it was plant-based. I was not doing it was whole food plant-based. So I wasn't doing tofu or any supplemental proteins. It was great. It felt amazing. I had enough energy to work out because you're tons of carbs in plant-based foods. And you get enough protein from the legumes and the beans. So I liked how I felt, but like I said, then the world took a shit and I was like, meat, give me meat. I don't know why that meant I needed to eat meat, but I guess I did.
Oh, sure. Do you feel like a physical difference now that you've gone off of it? And like, can you tell, is it that much of a change?
I mean, I still limit my animal protein anyway. It's not my go-to for what my body wants, but I did definitely notice a difference when I started adding it back on. You bloat a little bit, you hold water more. My skin cleared up crazy when I was doing plant-based. I had a detox. My body like broke out in a rash from all the detox, and then it cleared up. My skin got better. I was sleeping better. There's less inflammation in your body from eating plant-based foods. So the inflammation, I can almost feel it. I mean, I had a muscle spasm for 4 weeks. That's all inflammation based. So yeah, joints were hurting. Yes, I was working out too much, but also I don't think the plant-based stuff was helping either. So it would be interesting now. Maybe I will do this. I will go plant-based again and let you guys know how I feel.
Yeah.
While working out 15 times. Yeah. And see if that helps.
Yeah, I always associate like bloating with overeating carbohydrates and stuff, but it's interesting to hear that you felt that with having meat.
Yeah. Now it depends on the carbs you're eating, of course, right? We want to be whole grains, sprouted when we're eating carbs, not enriched processed flours. You guys know that though, right?
Sprouted?
Sprouted.
The-
Yes,
wait,
is better than whole grain.
Oh, so like they're kind of growing a little bit. Is that what sprouted is?
Yeah. So sprouted. Have you ever seen like Ezekiel bread?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You guys know Ezekiel. So Ezekiel's a sprouted bread. It's it's like when the little seed starts to germinate, but it's not fully floured yet, and that's what you're eating.
Oh wow.
And it's a lot more fiber. It's almost gluten-free when you're eating it that way. So people who have gluten intolerance can actually handle sprouted bread sometimes. So I know I don't have a nutrition background, but I love nutrition so much. So I
Interesting.
like to talk about it.
Do you ever cheat day?
I don't have a cheat day, but I don't limit myself. I don't not limit. I don't keep things from myself. If I'm like, I want that cookie or glass of wine, then I eat it.
Mhm.
So yeah, but I don't have a
Because you don't need
cheat
a cheat
day.
day.
Yeah, I mean, cheat day is like, what does that do? I don't know. That's just really tough on your body to eat like that. I believe in a fasting day, but not a cheat day.
Oh,
It's
do
good to
you
take a day
intermittent
off of
fast?
digestion. I don't,
Okay.
but I do think that it's good to have a day every once in a while to stop the body from digestion process. It just helps flush things out. It takes all the blood out of this area and puts it into other areas of the body that need to be flushed out.
Interesting.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
So
you
I am
blood ration.
a blood ration. Yes. I'm telling the blood to go other places. Flush
Let's go,
the fluids
boys.
out.
Pick it up.
So
So
no,
are you
I don't
getting any-
intermittent fast.
Okay. Are you getting any recovery days now, or are you still like training other people so much that you don't ever take a day off?
I take weekends off. I
Two
work
in a
out
row.
myself. Well, no, I work out myself on either Saturday or Sunday, and then I take one day completely off. I know.
Okay.
So what's your workout? You workout.
Heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Lifting. Whoa.
Mm.
I heard it is the key to life.
It is the key to life. Yeah, I will
Did you
lift weights.
mix up your own routine, or are you following something you found online, or?
No, I have my own stuff from back in the day. So because I can only really dedicate, so here's my insight. I'm giving you guys so much information. On Tuesday are legs for me. I always will do leg day on Tuesday. And then because I'm so
Because you have two legs.
I have two
Tuesday,
legs.
2 legs. Easy.
I like that. I
That's
like
really
that, Max. Tuesday 2 leg. And then
Shout out
I
to all
will
of our
take-
1 and 3-legged listeners.
What day
No
should they
offense.
train legs?
I don't know.
Freeze day, obviously.
Freeze day.
Freeze day. Oh man. So what was I
Tuesday's
saying?
leg
Oh,
day.
Tuesday's leg
Wednesday,
day.
you
Tuesday's
just sit
leg day.
to recover.
And then I do nothing. No, and then because I'm working out so much by training other people and teaching classes, I have to be careful. So then I probably won't hit upper body until Saturday or Sunday. And I do combo that to chest and back.
Okay.
And that's it. And then I
Mhm.
don't supplement. I just do basic compound movements, you guys, like squats, bench press, bent over rows. Boom. Maybe some
Perfect.
pull-ups. I don't
Perfect.
do, I mean, if I maybe have time, I'll do some bicep curls but
See that
it's just
easy
heavy
curl bar
compound
there.
movements.
Mhm.
I know. I actually use that for my bent over rows too, and my front squats. I know it's weird, but
Yeah.
I do have a big rack that you guys are sitting under my squat rack. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Max is jealous.
Hey, you're under the
Can I
squat
hold it up?
rack. Yeah, you are. You were pressing it up. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I have my. It's here. Like, here's my. See?
Proof.
It's
It's a
there.
J cup.
Proof.
She has it.
Proof, there it is. I'm not lying. I have this. I know, but it's funny. The virtual studio is this way, so no one knows. Like, I have this giant squat rack right here.
You're like
That's obvious.
hiding your bro-ness. That's
I
so
know.
funny.
I am hiding a little bit. I know, you're right. You don't ever see me do
Like
my
a
big
secret.
45-pound bar on Instagram, do you?
Ooh,
Okay.
it's even a dude bar. Mine's only
It's a dude
35.
bar. Where'd you find a 35-pound Olympic bar? They have
The
those on-
internet.
Gotta be.
Yeah, right? I
Yeah.
had a couple. You gotta come visit.
Okay. I know your gym looks amazing.
Oh, sweet. Oh, yeah. You mentioned if you wanted a glass of wine, you would just have it, which leads us
Yes.
to the one question that we ask everyone. Otherwise, we don't have any form to this conversation.
What is it?
Max,
I'm
give her the
excited.
question.
How do you incorporate alcohol into your training?
How do I incorporate it? I drink it when I want it. I don't know.
Perfect.
I mean, I'm not drinking wine before I work out, but I definitely
Interesting.
look, I drink. So, and I know people don't. I wouldn't advise, and I know you guys were like, let's do a pukey Tabata one time. Like, you guys wanted to do that. I remember. You're like, let's drink beer every Tabata. And I was like,
Sure,
oh,
yeah.
shit.
We did talk
You
about
guys,
that, didn't
that
we?
was your idea. Have you done that
Yeah.
yet? I was thinking
Oh,
about you guys.
Versions of that.
Yeah, but without
Yeah.
the Tabata, just the drinking part.
Every 20 seconds, just pound.
Yeah. Well, we've
Oh
done
my
beer
God.
miles. Are you familiar?
Oh, that's right. No,
Yeah.
I think I saw you guys doing that.
Yeah.
And we did the
And you do
beer
end up projectile vomiting.
ergometer beard rowing mile.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That one was
Yeah.
really tough.
So you chug a beer and then row 500 meters, and then chug another beer. You do that 4 times. It's a
What
lot of
happens?
sloshing.
What
Do you
happened? It was awful.
projectile vomit afterwards?
No,
No?
because we don't go to complete burn level pukey. We just
We're like
go as
medium
well as we
burn.
can. Yeah, medium burn.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So it sounds like you just sort of allow yourself alcohol and not like
I
be too
do.
strict
I mean, in
about it.
moderation. Like, I mean, I'm not a big drinker, so I'll like a glass of wine or two is all I'm really having these days anyway.
Mhm.
Because I'm such a lightweight. Maybe that's because my metabolism is high. I'm not sure, but I drink a
Yeah.
glass of wine and I feel it immediately.
No question.
And I'm not going to sit here and advocate like lift weights and then go drink alcohol, like, because it's not great for the muscles. But if you want to drink like the next day or on the weekends, I'm whatever. Like, people are going to do what they're going to do, right?
Sure.
I'm definitely not the trainer that says don't drink alcohol and don't eat bread. Like, that's just ridiculous.
You just have to have it sprouted specifically and almost gluten free.
And red wine only. Yes.
Is that your go-to?
Yeah. And I have a giant vino temp. If I can flip the camera, you guys, you're under my squat rack, and then my commercial sized vino temp is literally right there. Should I pan around?
Burying the lead. Yes, of course.
We need to pan around. Okay.
Mhm.
This is really
Everybody
funny. You
that's
can edit
only
this part out.
listening
I know,
on it,
I
we
know.
will not.
You will not edit it out. I know. Okay, so you're under my you're under my squat rack,
Love
and then you're literally there's my vino temp.
Wow.
Whoa.
Like, it's
What did you rob a restaurant?
no, this is you guys. But look at the back of my garage. It's really embarrassing.
I
But
don't
you guys,
drink that
this is so there's wine and there's the gym. So there it shows you how they can be in the same world together.
Balance.
Balance. That's everything in balance for sure. But yes, balance is the great word today. Lift is life and balance is key. I don't know. We made up our own little
I like it.
lifting.
Red haikus over here.
Lifting is life. Balance is key. Drink a glass of wine. Survive the pandemic. I don't know.
Love it.
All right, cool.
Love that.
That's a perfect ending point. Where can all the fit heads find you online?
So you can go to my website at www.completeburnfitness.com. You can follow me on Instagram at CompleteBurn, and you can download my app, which is on the iTunes store under Complete Burn Fitness. And there's a 30-day free trial on the app, you guys. So we're all locked down again if you live in California, right? So want some home workouts with minimal equipment, download my app.
Heck yeah, awesome.
And there's weekly updates too. New workouts every week.
By Max and Allie. It will get
And
you
we can
there.
personally vouch for these workouts being awesome. Brutal, but awesome.
Good. And then you've earned your alcohol after you do the workout.
Yeah, totally. All right. Well, thank
There
you
you
so
go.
much. It was awesome talking to
Yeah.
you.
It's so good to see you guys again.
Yeah, it was great to catch up.
Keep
Geez, I can't believe
working out.
it was that long. Yeah.
17, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. All right. And thank you to the
You guys are
Fitheads too. If you get a chance, please go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and go watch on YouTube because you got to go see the thing that we cut out. We're totally not cutting it out. We'll see you next week.